Whereas in the other book that I read, that was your a married woman, like Astha. The character goes from middle class with her aspirations and then to lesbianism.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it was a very long journey for her, and then to come back again.
Yeah,
it was breaking. It was to me, it was portraying lesbianism in fiction, and with that much of honesty and clarity to that particular character. To me, it appealed a lot. So, how did you conceive of Astha and making her, like, she was married and then becoming a lesbian? So how did you conceive about that?
Well, she doesn't become a lesbian in that sense, because she continues to have relations with her husband. And I mean, I tried to show that the reason she chooses a woman as a lover is a certain amount of timidity, that she wants, you know, in a way out, and yet she doesn't want to rock the boat. So she chooses a woman because that makes it easier for her to preserve her marriage. And in fact, Pippi accuses her of, you know, cowardice, of playing safe, all of which is true. And that's why, because, you know, she has these desires and she wants to express them. And she finds it safer to express them with a woman. So it's not really about lesbianism so much as about
finding an emotional support.
Yes,
somewhere.
that is safe for her. So she really wants to have her cake and eat it too.
But that is most of the time is nowadays happening in society also, if you come to think of it, and if you do research. So in a way, what you are saying and what you are portraying in your novels, it's somewhere it does depict what's happening currently in our society.
Well, you know,
so do you do research before that?
Oh, I do lots of research, but not on I do research on facts and on the structure and on the background. For every novel of mine has had a great deal of research, perhaps the most because it was set in a historical time, Difficult Daughters. So for that I really did a lot of research.
That was 1947 partition,
and before that, you know, it started at the turn of the century with Arya Samaj schools and so on, and then it continued through the 30s, 40s, ending in 1947. So I visited all those places. I visited Lahore, I visited Nahan, I visited Amritsar. I talked to people who were alive at that time, you know, who were all very old when I got to them, but and I read 10 years of the Tribune on microfilm. So that really gave me a feeling of day-to-day life, reading the newspaper of the time. So that was the research I did. And as I said, for the married woman, I went to Ayodhya, I looked at, you know, the history of the Babri Masjid and stuff like that. For home, I looked at traders, and I looked at bylaws, I looked at when would you bribe an assistant engineer and so on and so forth. For immigrant, I went to Canada, and for custody, the legal stuff. So, you know,
custody में legal stuff बहुत है, आपने एक point उसका लिखा है, और immigrant में भी जब वो बाहर जाती है तो किस तरीके से क्या होता है, everything is very detailed, everything is worked out.
So how much time मैं लिख ही नहीं सकती हूँ.
I think nobody can. But how much time did you spend on each novel doing research?
See, it's hard to say because I don't do research and then write. I write and then do research. Because for my first novel, I did do that. I did, and that was when I was learning how to write. So in my first novel, I said, okay, I need to know this, I need to know that, I need to know every last thing about Lahore and Amritsar and partition and so on and so forth, and education and the Arya Samaj. And then in the end, I used just a fraction of it. You know, I spent so much time, it was all useful, but it was very time consuming. And
so did you go to Lahore?
I did. I wrote all the Lahore sections. I went to Lahore and then I came back and rewrote them all. So then after that, I thought it would just be quicker to get the novel. Also, I'm a very anxious writer. To get the novel on the page and then see where is it lacking. It's lacking almost everywhere. And then plug in those gaps by research. So I do it like that now. You know, the research and the writing goes on side by side.
So first draft you write and then
No,
you
no,
do
not
research?
first draft. I mean, I'm writing and then, okay, now I'm stuck. I need to know more about this. And then I might write a little more. Okay, suppose he does that. I need to know a little more about that. So it goes along side by side.
We'll talk about your research and how did you, like आपने अपनी personal life को कैसे अपने fiction में आपने उतारा है, use किया है कि नहीं किया है, इसके बारे में हम और बात करेंगे, पर अभी फिलहाल एक छोटा सा break.